Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's bumper bundle of September 2025. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. And number 1 we have RATSHAKER, a psychological horror walking sim where your sole mission is simple, yet bizarre. Hold the rat, shake the rat, solve your problems. What begins as absurd comedy gradually warps into something more unsettling, and if you think shaking a rat won't get under your skin, think again. The core mechanic is, well, rat shaking. You'll shake it to generate light, squeeze it to open doors, and listen as it groans, talks, or mocks you. It is funny until it isn't. The repetition becomes a ritual, the silliness turns into something eerily profound, and the rat becomes more than just a tool. The game gleefully blurs comedy and discomfort, leaning into dark absurdism, and leaving you both laughing and wondering what exactly you've signed up for. You'll navigate gloomy hallways, solve light environmental puzzles, and get barked at by a narrator rat hybrid that knows a little too much about you. While not conventionally scary, RATSHAKER delivers a lingering unease and a few clever jumps. It is short, about 1 to 2 hours, and sometimes frustrating, where a few deaths feel like trolling. And yes, shaking the rat can get tiresome, but it is also weirdly satisfying, completely unique, and visually polished for such a niche indie title. For a game in a bundle, it is an unforgettable little fever dream. Whether you come for the laughs or stay for the existential rodent-based despair, RATSHAKER delivers exactly what it promises, and a little more. You might not enjoy every minute, but you'll remember it. Just don't stop shaking. And number 2 we have Quadroids, a single-player puzzle platformer where you control 4 screens at once. Yes, you heard right, 4 screens, and your brain might just melt trying to keep up. This game throws you into over 100 levels of pixel art madness, full of acid pits, lasers, and spikes. Each screen represents a quadrant, and a single button controls every droid in that screen, so when you press jump, all quadroids in that panel leap. That's where the real chaos begins. You will constantly be sacrificing some minions to help others survive, and it feels oddly satisfying when your brain finally clicks with the rhythm. The difficulty curve is steep but fair. You'll fumble at first, but as you learn the logic, you start to move like a conductor of a deadly, pixel-perfect orchestra. Twitch integration adds another wild dimension, letting your viewers control a screen or even sacrifice themselves as in-game volunteers. If you're streaming, this is pure content gold. What makes Quadroids shine is how it turns every failure into a lesson. You'll start over constantly, tweaking your patterns and timing until you hit that flawless run. It is frustrating, it is addictive, and it is completely rewarding. Whether you're in for short bursts or hours of brain-bending sessions, this one's a hidden gem. If you love multitasking, speedruns, or breaking your mind just to shave off a few seconds, Quadroids delivers. You won't just play it, you'll wrestle it, you'll respect it, and you'll maybe even beat it, eventually. And number 3 we have Hammerwatch II, an action RPG that expands on its predecessor, placing you in a vast open world where you join King Roland's resistance against a tyrannical ruler. You'll pick from 5 classes, level up, and battle hordes of enemies solo or in 4-player co-op. The combat is the heart of Hammerwatch II. Every class feels viable, though melee characters struggle more than ranged ones. You will unlock abilities and passive skills, upgrading your character through a rewarding progression system. The fast-paced hack-and-slash action keeps things engaging, with a solid variety of enemies and satisfying boss fights. Gold plays a major role, serving as currency for upgrades and a penalty for deaths. Earning it through battles, quests, and dungeon exploration adds depth, and the ability to respec ensures you can experiment with different builds. However, the game's biggest flaw is its world traversal and quest design. Objectives are often vague, forcing you to wander aimlessly. This becomes especially frustrating in maze-like areas such as the ruins of Malgar, where unclear progression turns exploration into a tedious guessing game. Even purchasing shortcuts with gold does not fully resolve this issue. Hammerwatch II delivers solid combat and character progression, but stumbles with its frustrating navigation and lack of direction. The experience improves significantly in co-op, but solo players may find its flaws too difficult to overlook. If you enjoy hack and slash RPGs, this might be worth a shot. Just be sure to bring a friend. And number 4 we have Soul Stalker, a bullet heaven roguelike that blends the survival chaos of Vampire Survivors with the papercraft charm of Paper Mario. You step into the role of a steward of ghosts, bound to eternal life, and take on missions to keep unruly spirits in check. The story may not matter much, but the gameplay loop keeps you hooked. Visually, the game pops with unique papercraft character designs. Your heroes and enemies look like they are cut from paper, standing out against sparse but functional stages. The style is quirky and memorable, helping Soul Stalker cover its own space in a crowded genre. The sound, however, is minimal. Light effects and hits that fade into the background instead of amplifying tension. The real meat lies in the runs. Journey mode offers branching paths with enemy-filled arenas, elite battles, and boss fights where time pressure creates serious tension. Between stages, campfires let you evolve weapons, heal, or upgrade, and these choices can make or break your run. The job board spices things up by randomizing your starting character, weapon, and trinket, forcing you to adapt quickly. Weapons and trinkets can be stacked and evolve into powerful combos, and the grind of unlocking new options encourages experimentation. While the action can feel repetitive compared to Vampire Survivors, Soul Stalker nails that just one more run energy. Its papercraft visuals, character variety, and evolving arsenal keep things engaging. If you want a fresh twist on a survival roguelike formula, this is worth your time. And number 5 we have Legend of Keepers, Career of a Dungeon Manager, a dungeon management roguelike RPG that flips the classic hero's journey on its head. Instead of slaying monsters and chasing treasure, you are the dungeon master, hiring creatures, setting traps, and making sure no cocky adventurer gets out alive. It is a clever satirical take on fantasy tropes, complete with an orc in a suit to greet you at the start. The retro-inspired pixel art gives the game a charming personality, balancing lighthearted humor with just enough blood and danger to keep you engaged. While the dungeons are not visually spectacular, they're designed well enough to serve as strategic playgrounds for your traps and monsters. The soundtrack is minimal but effective, keeping the atmosphere playful rather than grim. Combat is turn-based, and while slower than swinging a sword yourself, it works well within the tabletop RPG style. Victories feel deliberate and satisfying, even if the pace is not for everyone. The tutorial is thorough and forgiving, letting you revisit steps as you learn. Once you're through the basics, the real depth lies in team management, keeping monsters rested, upgrading stats, and carefully spending your gold. Poor planning can leave you broke and vulnerable, so strategy is key. Variety comes from multiple dungeons, random events, and career progression, though repetition eventually sets in. Still, there's plenty here to keep you invested, whether you're optimizing morale or climbing the corporate ladder of evil. If you're tired of being the hero, this satirical strategy-driven RPG offers a fresh and enjoyable change of pace. And number 6 we have Sclash, a one-hit kill samurai fighting game that emphasizes simplicity, making it approachable for newcomers while retaining enough depth to satisfy fans of the genre. Sclash is all about precision. With just 5 hand-drawn characters to choose from, you engage in tense duels, where every action matters. Each fighter comes equipped with a standard attack, charge attack, parry, pommel strike, and dash. Success depends on mastering stamina management and finding the perfect opening, offering a blend of strategy and skill. Unlike traditional combo-heavy fighters, Sclash strips combat to its essentials, reminiscent of classics like Bushido Blade. The game's art style is stunning, with hand-painted backdrops and character designs steeped in Japanese culture. From golden fields to snowy mountain dojos, each stage feels like a living ukiyo-e painting. The atmospheric music, featuring flutes, drums, and shamisen, complements the visuals, immersing you in its samurai-inspired world. While the combat shines, the story mode falls short. Though enriched by Japanese mythology, its brevity, repetitive AI patterns, and subpar voice acting diminish its impact. Post-story modifiers like relax mode and time attack add replayability, but they do not revolutionize the experience. The lack of online PvP is a noticeable downside, though local multiplayer remains engaging. Sclash succeeds by delivering fast, strategic action wrapped in an artistic package. It's an excellent entry point for casual gamers and a refreshing detour for veterans. If you're ready to test your mettle in high-stakes duels, this game is worth your time. And number 7 we have Mars Power Industries Deluxe, a relaxing yet mysterious puzzle game that challenges you to bring light to a struggling Martian colony. Instead of timers or pressure, you get bite-sized logic puzzles where every move matters. As the colony's electrician, you place power towers, redirect energy, and later manage resources like oil and water to keep settlements alive. You start with simple mechanics, but new twists appear gradually, moving buildings, shifting terrain, and even sandworms that complicate your plans. Each puzzle takes just a handful of moves, making it easy to experiment and undo mistakes without penalty. Some levels click immediately, while others will have you scratching your head until a satisfying aha moment lands. With over 130 handcrafted puzzles, you can expect 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, though seasoned puzzle fans may finish quicker. The game's pixel art visuals are charming but minimal, focusing your attention on logic rather than spectacle. What stands out most is the atmosphere, an ambient soundtrack that feels both soothing and eerie, perfectly capturing the idea of being isolated on a mysterious planet. The deluxe edition polishes everything and adds extra levels, achievements, and new music, giving you even more reasons to dive back in. While the story is told without words and remains vague, it adds a sense of mystery that complements the puzzles. If you enjoy clever, pressure-free logic challenges with a sci-fi twist, Mars Power Industries Deluxe is a wholesome, well-crafted puzzle adventure worth exploring. And number 8 we have 911 Operator, a strategy and management game that puts you in the hot seat of an emergency dispatcher. Your role is to answer calls, assess situations, and dispatch police, fire, or ambulance units to where they're needed most. It sounds straightforward, but every decision you make carries weight, and mistakes can be costly. You'll quickly learn that the rule is simple. If nobody is dying, there's no hurry. Resources are limited, and sending units to a low-risk situation can leave you unable to respond to something truly life-threatening. A harmless-sounding call might hide something deadly, like a pizza order that's actually a coded plea for help. On the flip side, dismissing what seems like a trivial complaint could mean overlooking a tragedy. Gameplay revolves around monitoring a city map, right-clicking to dispatch vehicles, and taking calls that test your judgment. Some emergencies escalate after units arrive, forcing you to adapt on the fly. The tension is real, but after a few hours, the loop can feel repetitive. You'll often fall into a rhythm of sending vehicles and hoping nothing more urgent pops up while they're busy. There's also a progression system, letting you buy new vehicles and equipment over time. While this adds depth, it can feel like artificial gating when you know better tools will make your job easier. What makes 911 Operator shine isn't endless variety, but the moral weight of your decisions. It is tense, thought-provoking, and best enjoyed in short sessions. And number 9 we have Rocket Rats, a survivors-like roguelite where you play as a rat, battling waves of cheese-based enemies on the moon. It is a fast-paced pixel art bullet hell where your main goal is simple: survive, collect cheese, and upgrade yourself into a rodent of destruction. The game drops you into a small lunar arena with no room to hide. Enemies come fast, swarming you in increasingly chaotic waves, but the tight map forces smart movement and decision-making. You will level up quickly, and each run offers a fun spread of upgrades, from lightning strikes and poison effects to star allies who fight by your side. Builds feel strong, but the real magic is in the synergy between upgrades. As you rack up cheese, you will unlock new rats with their own weapons and skill trees. Each character feels distinct, but the meta progression can feel a bit shallow. Some trees lack depth, and you may find yourself wishing for more paths or meaningful choices. Still, there's something satisfying about finding your favorite rat and perfecting their loadout. What Rocket Rats lacks in long-term content, it makes up for in charm. The presentation is top-notch, with crisp UI, catchy music, and adorable sprites. It is easy to pick up and hard to put down, even if it does not have the replayability of bigger Survivors likes. If you're after a quick, fun, and affordable survival fix, with just the right amount of chaos, Rocket Rats is well worth the launch. Just don't expect rockets, only rats. And number 10 we have Teslagrad Remastered and Teslagrad II Double Pack, a thoughtful bundle that combines two distinct yet connected adventures built around magnetic powers and atmospheric puzzle platforming. Teslagrad Remastered revitalizes the beloved original with updated visuals, smoother performance, and refined mechanics. You step into the steampunk-inspired tower, filled with hand-drawn art and clever puzzle design, where every room asks you to master polarity, momentum, and timing. The boss encounters are still a highlight, pushing you to apply everything you've learned in tense showdowns. While the story remains wordless and somewhat elusive, the presentation and challenge keep you engaged from start to finish. Teslagrad 2 takes a different approach, focusing on faster traversal and fluid momentum. You play as Lumina, a heroine with expanded abilities like teleportation, sliding speed bursts, and new magnetic traversal techniques. These tools let you chain movements seamlessly across intricate environments, making exploration feel exhilarating. The Nordic-inspired world is beautifully crafted with rich colors, detailed animations, and an evocative soundtrack that enhances the mysterious tone. However, the sequel is noticeably short. You can complete it in just a few hours, unless you explore optional paths or aim for 100% completion. The brevity may leave you wanting more, but the mechanical innovations keep the experience exciting while it lasts. Together, the double pack offers both depth and speed. The deliberate, puzzle-focused design of Remastered, balanced by the energetic, streamlined momentum of Teslagrad 2. If you enjoy atmospheric worlds, magnetic puzzles, and platforming that rewards experimentation, this collection delivers an inventive and satisfying experience. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is kind of a mixed bag, but there's still some real value here if you know what you're after. Yeah, it leans heavy on the chess stuff, which isn't everyone's jam, but if you're into strategy or just want something different, it's a solid pickup, not that I spoke about any of them. The real gem for many is Legend of Keepers. Grabbing it at this price feels like a steal. Not the flashiest bundle, but if even one game clicks for you, it is worth the ride. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.